Hi, everybody. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Dover Select Board meeting on Tuesday, October 17th at 6:30 p.m. And I will take public comments first. Mike.
I have a quick thank you. I do have some notes here. The police department officers, especially Shelley and Sue in admin, would like to publicly thank Jim McDevitt for his assistance. On Thursday, October 5th, or at around 5 p.m., we discovered that our emergency line, the 2020 line, had no dial tone and it could not be forwarded to state police overnight to take our calls. Jim was notified, came right in, diagnosed the problem for us that evening. Found out it was a consolidated issue, worked with them through his experience to arrange for the line to be repaired the next day and to have them remotely forward the line so that we could take emergency calls overnight. In addition, last week we found out that our outside emergency phone by the front door had no dial tone and wasn't working. He also came in right away and diagnosed that problem and assisted in the correction that needed to be done for that. So again, he's always helped the department, never charged for his services, and we all truly appreciate his support for the department and the town.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
We really appreciate it. I know I heard from Michelle about it too, and that it was kind of a scary situation.
Yeah, it's stressful and we don't know how we're gonna get calls. So.
Right. Thank you.
Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, Michelle Income has her hand up.
Michelle?
Hi, I just wanted to give you and the select board an update on the Green Mountain Power work on Harris Road when it's appropriate.
It's not on the agenda, but unless you were going to talk about it at all, do you want to
No,
do that? Do you want to do that now? Is it?
Yes, it was just very simple. I just wanted to let you know that all in all, it went well on Harris Road since we were the guinea pigs. And the team, the crew that came out was great, did work efficiently. One minor thing, the first night they left their equipment blocking the road. So if God forbid there was an emergency, EMS would have had to kind of back out of Harris Road and go around to the other side, not knowing that the road wasn't passable. They only did that, as far as I know, one night. And then one day they parked equipment right in front of somebody's driveway all day so that they couldn't get out and they missed a doctor's appointment. But other than that, I'd say everything went really well. They did a nice job. And then Travis's crew came yesterday and regraded the road and you'd never know they were there.
Well, great. Thanks for the update. Sorry about those. Hopefully just hiccups in the process. So while we're at it, what else is going on with Green Mountain Power in Dover?
That's it as far as I know. They did the Harris Road project and I haven't seen or heard anything about them, you know,
I was
coming out
curious.
North Street or anything like that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as I know, I believe they're still in Townsend.
And I'd like to congratulate you on your
Thank you.
marriage and hope you guys have a wonderful life together.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Never have money again.
And
Yeah.
any other public comments?
Do you mind if I have a quick executive session with the board at the end?
I do not. I did. Only if it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
So we'll add executive session for hiring.
Thank you.
for personnel or?
Personnel, right? Yep.
Yes.
Have we had a meeting since the parking lot was completed?
The what?
The parking lot? The parking spaces on.
I don't think we have.
Okay, so can I give a brief update on?
Yes.
parking? Travis and his team was able to complete the parking spaces on the southern third of the parking lot on Handle Road, or both parking lot on Handle Road. Not so much spaces are there and available now for the workers, and we have scheduled a meeting with the USFS to kind of get back on that project and believe that occurs on Halloween.
Great. Good job.
Yeah, all kinds of progress.
Anything else anybody want to say before we go into our regular agenda? Okay, unfinished business, we're gonna continue discussion of health insurance for 2024. I think that I'm not ready to make a decision, I'd like to see what's going on with some of the personnel. That we might be hiring, Joe's not here, Dan is here, but not here with looking at charts. So I think I looked at it hard today. Could somebody just give us a summary of how much the HRA contribution is going up in terms of for each, so last year's HRA that we funded versus what we would propose to fund this year, so I have the whole picture. That's the one piece that I had trouble trying to pull it all together. Just in an email. Be fine. Anybody else want to talk about health insurance tonight? Yeah. So I want to see all in the HRA from last year and the premiums. And then the HRA and the premiums this year is what I want to see, the whole package. But I want to, once we get through a few, I don't know what the library's doing with their new hire and that kind of thing.
Well, I can probably pass on some information there. I was able to, the new library hire is, has a single plan. The new transfer station attendant, if you approve his hiring, will also be, a single plan. So I do have those numbers figured in now. I can pass that on to you as well.
Yeah.
And I can tell
So
you
let's-
exactly how much the
Yeah.
HRA by department, what we spent as opposed to what was budgeted for the fiscal year 22-23.
So let's get this on for the next agenda to make it, try to make a serious decision to have all the numbers in one place that we can look at. Sound like good for everybody?
That makes sense.
And
Just add one more thing, the library have been in talks with Jody at the library as well. It didn't get they were having a trustee meeting. They were hoping to possibly sort of separate the library and the towns. As far as to the HRA goes, and they're just not wanting to fund as much as the town is, so what they're proposing. So I'm not sure how that meeting went. What they decided, they were gonna discuss that. I don't know, Scott, if you know any more about that, but I did speak with the folks at the My Money who do our HRA, and it is possible to have them as separate locations on the same plan. So they could determine their own HRA funding if they wanted to, which could be different from the town. And we can set up an ACH specifically for the library, so their funds could come directly from town. So it is possible to do if they decide to do that.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
And I know Joe attended the last trustees meeting, which the library was very thankful for and thought he provided some good perspective, and they were happy that he went. So thank you, Joe, for doing that. Next, we are going to consider the sampling cost for the well. So Jeanette got an estimate from KSA for $32.71. That includes the test and Cushing and everything for the 4-hour test.
Yes.
Joe's phone.
Just.
I spoke, oh, there he is. I spoke with Joe today about this. Is he on? Are you on, Joe?
He's connected.
In the meantime, does anybody else have any thoughts about the test?
I think it's essential.
Jeanette, did you have something?
I just had some more information from Stephen at CAS. He said if it's approved this evening, It looks like everything is lining up to have the new well sampled the week of October 30th. And they were also planning to do all sample, so they're gonna combine. the
Oh, good.
efforts, and so it won't. be
Less travel.
additional travel costs, so they're trying to help us out there. And I did speak with Joe this afternoon also, and he inquired about how long to get the test results back. And it's about 2 to 3 weeks, to get those back, and they are continuing to work on the RFP for the 36-hour pump test. And hope to have that done this week.
Yes, Eric.
I did receive a definitive answer on whether or not we can use ARPA funds to replenish spending that we've done on the well. Any money we've expended after March 3rd of 2021 and before December 31st of 2024 is eligible for use ARPA.
Excellent.
Alright.
Any other comments? And then I'll probably go to Dan and Joe on Zoom. People in the room, whether they think that we should spend the 3271 to do the first test on it.
I believe we should.
Gotcha. Dan? Dan, we can't hear you.
Unmute.
Nope.
I think it's a good idea.
Joe?
I don't think it's a great idea, but it's the only thing we can do in order to make sure we can actually utilize the water without spending 10 times that amount. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
That's not what you told me this afternoon, but that's okay.
Okay. So, because we had pulled this out separately, I think we should make a motion to expend this.
I make a motion that we authorize KAS to do a well sampling for us in the amount of $3,271, which will be combined with their quarterly testing. We'll have
fall testing.
the fall testing program.
That helps reduce the travel expenses.
Yes.
By doing so.
And I think you should be happy to know that, Joe.
Yes, I am. Jeanette, let me know.
All right, great. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, aye.
All right. That's it for unfinished business. Now we're going to move on to highway, and we're going to consider hiring a new transfer station attendant, whom I understand is a male. Because Jeanette said the man or the person,
Oh.
yeah. And we're not gonna have a female transfer.
Not applied.
Oh, darn, Sarah, you can do that.
Yeah, I know, because I don't have enough work already. I'm not.
We had 3 applicants.
Wow,
I reached out to all 3 for interviews. One of which he declined and pulled his application. His work had offered him more money, so he's gonna stay. The other 2 I interviewed, and I felt that Kenneth Hartman was the best choice. And he's very outgoing, kind. I mean, he seems like he's willing to help people. So that's who I choose to.
we don't know anything about him. Did you talk to Dan about him?
Nope, I didn't. But he used to run the flower shop across from the flea market. And
Oh,
Question,
yeah,
does he know how to operate a backhoe?
he can operate a backhoe because he said he did some when he did the planting of the trees, because he had the flower and tree business there.
Good.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll work with him as far as any of that, if he, help him out in that aspect.
Did you get any references?
No, I did not. He had listed a few, but I did not contact him, no.
I think you should.
Okay.
That's just my recommendation. I think that you definitely should. So what was the start date that you were proposing?
Friday.
This Friday?
Yep.
Okay, and did you have a pay rate?
2150.
What was the name again?
Tenant partner.
Anybody have any questions?
I just, would, before we make a firm offer of hire, we should talk to a couple.
Would you contact
Absolutely.
them and let Dan and I know about it?
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes,
Did you already make him the offer and like, we're gonna go and talk about price and how much you're gonna pay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I spoke with him, I had him come see Jeanette, the whole thing, just.
so is it done paperwork already or gotten a package of benefits kind of thing? No.
Yes. He's starting the process.
Okay. If you could do that, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so do we want to do this pending approval, good?
I would, pending no red flags that come up during the
Yeah.
reference contacts.
Yeah.
So I make a motion that we authorize Travis to hire Ken Hartman at a rate of $21.50 as the new transfer station attendant. Subject to contacting references and confirming that there are no red flags.
Second,
Any other discussion? Scott's groaning.
Alright.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Anything else, Travis, highway related?
Nope.
Okay, except for the executive session.
Right.
All right, we're gonna move over to economic development then. We're gonna look at Horace Hill trail names. I want to thank the Trails Committee for submitting some ideas.
Does everybody have these,
Comments? I mean, it's pretty. All kinds of names.
Yeah, so I guess the question that I had for you all is we have this great list of names, historically, when we bought Horace Hill and some of the other things we've done, the board has been involved in choosing names for trails and properties or things like that, so. The Trails group provided this list of names to you guys. I was wondering how you would like me to proceed with these names in terms of naming the trails.
I'll give you mine to begin with.
Okay.
I think that they should be kind of a connected group of names, whether you go the sugaring route, whether you go the Cannonball Run and some other, of the like more like racing or like ski trail names. I
Okay.
avoid anything that's already at Mount Snow just because, but I think that if you picked one, just overarching, like, okay, we're gonna focus on this style of name, and you can find plenty of names to name them. And I don't want to be involved in doing individual names on individual trails.
Okay.
That's just so kind of a broad, like, just keep it.
Okay.
Keep it in the, so if you went like sugaring, you could do, a whole lot of different ones or.
Would you like me to put a proposed list of names together for you to approve?
Didn't you already do that?
Well, I mean.
No, this is a big list from the.
He's talking
I
about,
thought all the bottom were like optionalized and the ones at the top were the ones you.
Those are just names that were provided specifically to trails that were on this map. Whereas these were provided as names that could be used on any trail on the map.
Yeah.
And I saw that because I watched the trails meeting, so that you said, if you specifically want something, then put the name to that one, otherwise it's kind of a whole
And there's
pond.
an opportunity to, as they build the disc golf course, to be naming connecting trails between the holes with some of these names as well, so. That's,
so we could do for the biking trails, it could be one theme, and for the
Yeah.
disc golf, it could be a different theme, and then that name would kind of signify.
yeah, so in that case, then per Vicky's recommendation, I would say the biking names will go more like the exciting, ski trail or bike
Okay.
trail names. And the walking trails and things will stick more with the sugaring.
Yeah.
As long as you guys are okay with that.
I just want to put in a really. For Earl Farm, I would really like to see that somewhere. Because it's worse.
Mhm. Okay, so Dan, do you have any thoughts on that?
I like the drawing, but I don't understand what the white lines in the drawing are.
The white lines in the disc golf holes,
They're
Okay,
not trails.
they're not trails, they're disc golf holes, and then there will be trails connecting them.
thank you.
Joe, do you have any input on this?
No, I have no input. It looks fine
Okay.
to me. I like your idea of going with one type of, trails that are, whatever you said, Vicky.
Thematic,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
have this-
yeah.
theme names.
Some sort of theme, yes.
Yes, so I frankly. You go ahead and figure it out, run, show it to the Trails Committee. And say, this is, what I'm gonna propose.
I think we're just.
Okay, just to this, okay,
We asked for input from the trails.
got it,
yes.
My input
so
from the
just
trails.
have at it with that type of guideline.
And I may put a final list of names in front of you, because if there's anything anybody hates, then we can deal with it.
Sure.
I would just do it like that.
I will come down.
That's, yes, absolutely.
Yes, thank you. You guys happy to do that? I hope,
Yeah, absolutely.
because we don't wanna micromanage.
No, and I just
the
wanted some
trail.
guidance, because I know that the board has been involved with naming in the past, so I didn't want to go ahead and do that without an idea of which direction we want to go.
And because of the number of trails, it would be very easy to get into a micromanagement.
Yes,
State, and the Trails Committee was heading in that direction.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, and so I suggested that we just go broader.
no, but I appreciate their input. There's a lot of good names on here. I think you'll have no trouble figuring out some themes to work with. Right. Eat, Sleep, Shop, Local.
Okay, so going into our third year of participation with Eat Sleep Shop Local, the ask is not that hard. As compared to us trying to launch our own program. With no following. So my recommendation to you all is that we move forward with a participation and pay the $3,000. They were, this year, they're hoping to acquire some additional state funding to help supplement the program. But I was, in talking with them, there was a larger commitment to, promoting the businesses and things like that this year. So I think it's a good thing for us to be doing.
Comment?
No need to recreate the wheel there, you have it going, so $3,000 seems pretty fair. Just go for it.
Are you raising your hand, Joe?
No.
Okay. Any public comments? Hearing none, does somebody want to make a motion?
I make a motion that we authorize Eric to enroll us in the Eat, Sleep, Shop Local, participate in the program
And funding it at 3,000.
and funding at $3,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay, we're ready to move into the Board of Liquor Control. Somebody want to make a motion?
I make a motion to go into the Board of Liquor Control.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I make a motion that we approve the first class, Mike, we approve the first class license for Oz Vermont LLC, DBA Deerfield Valley Inn, and the third class licenses for Westover Flatbread LLC, DBA American Flatbread, and Southern Vermont Hospitality LLC, DBA Black Diamond Bar and Grill.
Second by Scott. Any discussion? I'm just confused why the thirds on these two places that also have first class, why they're separate. Do you know, Jeanette?
Because the third class is different than.
Yeah, I know, surprised they don't they do it at the same time? No,
No.
Okay.
They do it separately, they
Okay.
already have first class.
Okay. I was confused.
Yeah, so this just making them so. Liquor, it's different than beer and wine.
Yeah, that's right, but
Yeah.
lots of times we get all of them at one time.
Right, yes.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Need to have a motion to come out.
Motion to come out of Board of Liquor Control.
Do I have a second?
Second, sorry.
Second by Scott, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So we have the consent agenda, which is to approve the minutes of October 3rd, 2023.
So moved.
Second by Scott. Any changes or corrections? All in favor? Next we have
I wasn't there.
Dan abstains. Next, we have the warrants of October 14th and the amount of $200,601.79.
Make a motion that we approve the warrant of October 14th for $200,601.79.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You two abstaining because you're not seeing the warrants?
Correct.
Right.
So, yes. All right. We have all kinds of new things coming up, and most importantly, the short-term rental meeting at the town hall Thursday night, the 19th at 6:30 p.m. We, I suspect we'll have a very good turnout for that night, so we'll need to have a lot of chairs in the room. We are also gonna provide light refreshments. The Dover Artisan Market, this must be the last one. Friday from 3 to 5, I heard there were a lot of people there, a lot of vendors there. Nice. Planning Commission meets on the 23rd at 6:30. The special meeting about the ARPA funds is next Thursday, the 24th, at Tuesday, the 24th at 6:30 p.m. What, at the town hall.
Just a reminder to department heads to get me that stuff prior to that meeting.
And the public as well, to get you to bring their ideas. The open mic night has been canceled for the October 25th. And there's a meet and greet at the library on Monday, the 30th of October from 4 to 7 p.m. to meet Allison Maynard, the new librarian. Do we have any liaison reports? We need an executive session for highway, so
A motion to go into executive session at 6:57 p.m.
second. Second by Scott. Thank you all for coming out for such a long meeting.
Balance is everything.